Any questions on this, guys? This is like perfect layup for like next year and you're getting on any calls. Anything?
Yeah.
The only thing I get an awful lot is well, how long, or how long do you expect me to go out? And I use the script, well, some of my sellers are willing to go out 10, 20, 30 years. You can hear them like, oh, geez, no, not that.
That's what
And
you want though.
so going from there, I typically gravitate towards, well, but some of my sellers will do 5 years or so. Where should I go from that? What's the perfect thing to say after they gasp at the 10, 20, 30 years?
After they gasp,
Yeah,
after
yeah,
they gasp, you say, "Oh, why? What if you got your number? What would be ideal for you?" Now they're going to give you a way low, and then you gasp.
yeah. Okay,
That's good.
so they go, well, I'd be willing to go a year or two.
Say, "Oh, no, I couldn't do that because my buyers usually need 12 to 24 months, so I'd be setting us up to fail."
Hmm.
I would,
So after you say that 24 months, and they say, okay, well, I could possibly do 36.
If it's a lease purchase, I would start working on that and get my ass over to his house. If it's a owner financing, I wouldn't even go near it because it's 48.
Hmm.
Me.
but for the longest time, I was always shortchanging myself until I learned that and started to look at what was getting me in trouble, trying to keep it low, try to accommodate, okay, and so I can get the deal. Until I really started to look at that, that got me into trouble a few times because
Every time. It's
I
gonna
was I was shooting myself too short.
Yep. Every time it's gonna Steve, go ahead. And I want to make sure John's comfortable.
Yeah, you can just kind of you can get ahead of that right when they give you that 2 years kind of moment, 1 year moment. What I usually say, no, I listen, I completely understand. I just want to make sure we are on the same page. Typically, just because I'm a conservative investor, I always ask for 5 years, but planned it to cash you out in half. So you're most likely going to get to where you want to be, like you just said. But I need that extra time because I want to, I have to ask you for any extra time.
I think
Okay,
the
good.
call I just posted, I did 3 this morning. I think the one I just posted has that discussion in it. I may be wrong because I did a few calls. I posted one. Check it out in the description later, you guys. It's actually Connecticut.
And remember, too, guys, just because you wouldn't want to wait 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 10 years, that doesn't mean the people that you're talking to wouldn't. So I think a lot of times what we trick ourselves into thinking is who would want to do that, right? You're projecting like your fear of what the objection is going to be when you say it. It doesn't make a difference. They're all going to react the same whether you say anything more than like what their norm is, which is 30, 60-day close. They're all going to be like, why would it? You know what I mean? The ones who aren't motivated, they're all going to be like, I wouldn't do that. But you got to stay consistent with your scripts because when you do land the person that needs your help or does see an opportunity, you don't want to be in this world of having like, trying to make things fit for within other people's like requirements that aren't actually something you can work with. You just stay consistent and know that when you do land the person you can help, your scripting's already there and you're confident walking away, right? You don't have a deal until it's sold, never mind taken. So you just got to keep that in mind. You have a policy, you're within this range here. If it doesn't work for you, you completely understand. And then you figure out the time in which you follow up in the future until that timeline isn't as important as their current motivation or pain threshold. And then you work with them.
Okay.
John, do you feel good for the next gasp? And then
Yeah, well, yeah, to a certain extent. The funny thing is so often I get people that are okay with 3 years. Like, say, for instance, owner finance situation. They're like, well, you know what? I'd be okay with doing 3 years or so. And like you were saying, Chris, that's not enough. Sorry, I can't do that. Now, would it be appropriate for me
Can I
to
give you a twist there before you go further?
Yes.
If I love keep in mind it's real estate. You don't get so rigid. If I love the deal and Steve's my seller and Steve says I'm stuck on 3, I would come back again with a little twist. And the little twist would be, Steve, a lot of my buyers I can cash out that quick, but I need a safety net because I'm a conservative investor. To Steve's past line, they love that. I would need an automatic extension if you and I determine that the buyer has used all the best efforts and they need a little more time. If you're willing to give me that buffer and we communicate very well, we both want to cash this out early, I would do that deal for automatic extension, even if it was 2 6-month automatic extensions. and you're going to communicate with the seller. So don't be so rigid. Just look at the whole deal and look at the seller and see if you can make it work.
Yeah, that's actually what was going to be my next question was, is it appropriate to ask in a situation like that to say, okay, well, I could possibly get that done for you, but I might need to get an extension.
Be more.
Yeah, tell 'em why.
I'd be more confident though, the way you said it, right? Like, so,
Okay.
you know, the only way I'd be comfortable with that is if I knew that I had, you know, 2 6-month extensions. If you gave me the ability to have that, 100%, I'd be comfortable. Like,
Yeah,
be,
and
you got.
I was just gonna say, Steve, and assure them, look, when I cash out is when I make most of my money. I'm on your team. Just get them on your side of the court.
Yep.
But I'm also conservative and I don't want to overpromise you. So I just need that buffer. I just need to know it's there.
When people
Gotcha.
hear that you're unsure or not confident, that tells them that you have room. Whether that's right or not, that's how they perceive it.
Mhm.
I don't think I could do that. They hear, oh, you can, you just don't want to do it yet. That's what they hear in their head. So that's why confidence is so important. And people conform to your confidence because they truly believe that what you're saying is true. In comparison to this wishy-washy answer, their brain computes through there's room.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Confidence.
Super applicable, John, everyone. But I'm glad you asked. It's super applicable to what you guys do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys have any leads we can call?